When you're involved in an accident, what is the first thing you should do?
Well, the first thing you should do is bring your car to a safe stop.
That means that you're going to, work through whatever the crisis is until your car comes to a complete and safe stop, correct?
Correct.
And what's the next thing you do?
Then you check for injuries.
Yeah, that's important because you shouldn't be running out of the car looking to take photographs of the vehicle. You should first determine the injuries of, first your injuries, then the injuries of the people in your vehicle, then the injuries of the people in the other vehicle, correct?
Correct.
What's the next thing you do?
Is badly hurt, or the recommendation of the paramedic is to go to a hospital, go to the hospital.
It's very important that you first take care of your injuries. Don't worry about the litigation. Don't worry about a lawsuit. The first thing you need to do is make sure that everyone in both vehicles and any pedestrians, anybody else involved, that they are properly medically taken care of. And err on the side of caution. If you feel bad, you're nauseous, you have pains, go to the doctor. Do not go home because sometimes those pains can be increased significantly and the damages can be increased significantly, and you could have stopped the significant increase had you gone to a doctor or a hospital. What's the next thing you do?
Next thing you do is you call the police.
Now that's a step for litigation, okay? You call the police because you want to know that a record is being made and that the police came to the scene. Many times people say, hey, listen, I'm going to work this out with you. And they exchange information and they leave the accident scene and suddenly they're in the hospital and they call the guy and they say, well, I never had a problem with you. I never was involved in an accident with you. And then it becomes a lot more difficult to be able to get the accident report filled out, to get pictures, to prove that there was an actual accident. If you're in an accident, have the police come. Okay. The other thing I want to tell you about is police reports are privileged. So whatever you tell the police cannot be ever used against you in any court of law. Usually other things, when you tell other people things, they can be used against you in a court of law. But what you tell a police officer as part of the accident report is privileged under the state of Florida. So be candid with the police officer with regards to the situations. Obviously, if you were wrong, you're not going to file a lawsuit. You're not going to bring a claim. Okay, I'm talking about the people who were not wronged. I'm not telling you to lie either side, okay? But I am telling you that it is important when you are wronged to be able to give the police an accurate description of what happened. What's the next thing you do?
Then you exchange information.
So you call the police, but you still exchange information. Driver's license and the insurance information is very, very important. What's the next thing you do?
Then when the police come, then you cooperate with the police.
Yeah, we talked about that already. Cooperate fully with the police because the police is there to help you. First of all, if they tell you move to the side of the road, move to the right side of the road. Their initial and main responsibility is the flow of traffic when there are no injuries. So they have to move you to the side of the road. Do not worry that because you move to the side of the road, you're going to miss valuable information. We're Christians. Think of the people that you're dealing with. So if they need you to move out of the side to the side of the road, move to the side of the road. What's the next thing that happens?
Then you limit your conversation to others.
Yeah, that's very, very important because what you say to others will be used against you. There's no privilege on what you tell anyone, including family members. So you limit your conversations with other people about how the accident happened, about all of the things that occurred during the accident scene. Tell the police everything, but do not discuss it with anyone else. However, if you see that there are witnesses in the area and you feel well enough to be able to get their information, it's very important because once they leave, you may never see them again. So get their name and contact information from all the witnesses. And if you feel good enough, take pictures of the vehicle damage on both vehicle sides. Now, that's talking as an attorney because that information is going to be very relevant to proving your case in the future. But again, I stress, if you feel well enough, don't worry about getting information. Don't worry about doing my job. Get to a hospital if you're bad off. And then we'll worry about getting the pictures, getting the statements, getting whatever it is. The police officer is also getting the names and contact information for the witnesses. And we can always go to the yard where the vehicles are being kept and get photographs. So again, the priority is to take care of yourself medically. That's the most important thing. Don't worry about a lawsuit. The lawsuit is going to be a small part of your life.